universe places people into your life for a reason. Sometimes it is to learn a lesson. Other times it might be to teach you something different. But nonetheless, they're in your life for that purpose. So I was adopted when I was about 2.5, 3 years old. I don't remember the exact month that it happened. But essentially, Grandma, my adoptive mother, she was a single Black woman teacher in Las Vegas in the kind of late 70s, early 80s. About the time she adopted me, I think she was like 36, 37 years old. And she figured she was never going to get married, but she really, really wanted to have a kid. I was a fairly young parent. I graduated high school a little early, but partially because I started school early. Grandma, being a teacher, really wanted to make sure that I knew how to read and that I was well socialized. And so I started school at 4 instead of 5 or 6 for most kids, and graduated high school at 17. As I had each of you, it became more and more difficult to balance and juggle working and providing and maintaining school. I was kind of the sole provider, and 2 young kids and a full-time job in school just started to become a lot. And so we, as a household, made a decision that your dad would finish whatever school he needed to finish, and then when he was done, I would go back to school. But life has this interesting way of getting in the way. Things happen. Like I mentioned a little bit ago, I was a pretty young parent, and a friend of a friend of a friend worked for this company, Household Credit Services, and suggested that I go apply there. Not because the job was particularly hard. It was a customer service phone job, which, like, in hindsight, is actually really difficult to have to talk to and problem solve for people all day long, typically 90 to 110 people a day. So that kind of adds up after a while. But nonetheless, part of the reason that it was so appealing to me is that they had an on-site daycare, and the on-site daycare was subsidized. I really just accepted it as a job, kind of a means to an end. I was not anticipating that it was a career. And when I got there and kind of got settled at Household, which shortly thereafter got bought out by HSBC, there were just all sorts of opportunities that were available, and it very much became this cycle of, if you work hard, kind of focus on your brand, show people how you can show up, then you'll be connected to a lot of different opportunities. The years of Magellan program management also offered me not just pulling from my own experiences, but the experiences of I think we're now up to over 1,000 Capital One associates who've gone through the program, kind of the shared experience of some of the difficulties in navigating internal mobility at an organization the size of Capital One. We're something like 50,000 people. And so about a year ago, I was asked if I could consult on building a new internal mobility program at Capital One, primarily focused on Black and Latinx talent that exists within our contact center, kind of people who are early in their people leadership journey. And so I, along with a team of other people at Capital One, built this program called Catalyst. And the intention behind Catalyst is really to create a bridge to job opportunities. There are a lot of really talented people who are within our contact center environment, who are often there because it's the kind of path of least resistance to get into many different corporations. But once they get in, they're not quite sure how to connect to the different job critical functions that exist. So Catalyst really is that bridge. It's kind of a talent pipeline, helping connect that awesome talent to a bunch of different job opportunities that we have sitting within what we call a staff function.
Let's go to